This is Anahita Kathoda, and I wanted to talk to you about informal assessments. One of the strategies of informal assessments is called Think, Pair, Share. And it's a cooperative learning strategy that can promote higher level thinking. It was developed by Lehman and colleagues in 1981. The think period can be done before, during, or after a unit or topic. The instructor can ask a question related to the topic discussed and allow participants to formulate their ideas and thoughts first on their own. Depending on the complexity of the topic and or the question, you may have to give participants a bit more time. However, typically, the period that lasts is about 1 to 3 minutes for participants to really think through their ideas and ponder the question. The next segment is the pairing up. The instructor asks participants to pair up and gives them time to share their thoughts and ideas. Participants are asked to listen carefully to their partner's comments and thoughts. Typically, this period takes about 2 to 5 minutes. During the share period, the participants are asked to share their thoughts and ideas with the rest of the class. The instructor can randomly call on participants to share. There are great many advantages to allowing for this strategy. Because of the think period, it allows time for everyone to consider the topic and formulate their thoughts on their own. It also encourages greater learner participation and staying on task and being focused. Because learners are given a chance to think through their ideas and share with their thoughts with a partner instead of the whole class, there's less pressure on them. And there is a greater amount of personal interaction that happens during this strategy, which results in increased interest in the topic. Results have also shown that the quality of responses that come out after implementing this strategy is much higher. And because of the time that's given and the process of talking over the ideas, learners tend to make sense of the information better and retain it more. It's also great for considering other points of view. Another advantage is that learners receive immediate feedback not only from the instructor but also from their partners. Not only all the advantages are great for the learners, but also it's great for the instructor because the information that's gained can guide the instructor in addressing gaps or clarifying key points. It can also guide them in planning future activities and lesson plans. This strategy is really easy to use and incorporate in any class size. And there is actually no monetary cost to implement this strategy. There are a few limitations, and one of them is that this strategy does take time. And as an instructor, you do need to plan for the time that it takes for the individuals to not only think through their ideas, but also have a chance to share their ideas with their partners before they're ready to share with the whole class. Another limitation that the instructor needs to be aware of is that they actually need to be quite active during this strategy. They need to walk around and listen to conversation to give feedback and correct misconceptions. Sometimes if learners are misguided or misunderstood some of the information, they can share those misunderstandings with their partners. So the instant feedback is imperative during this period and this strategy. The best practices is for the question that the students need to ponder is for it to be aligned with the learning outcomes and objectives of the lesson plan. And sometimes it's also good to assign the discussion partners beforehand so learners are not wondering who they need to work with or spend the time looking for a partner. Also, before partners can share ideas and also then be able to share with the rest of the class, you need to ensure that the participants are really clear about what is expected of them and also that they're given adequate time for them to think through their ideas. As mentioned before, the best practice is that instructor needs to be actively involved during this process and provide instant feedback. A good best practice is for the instant feedback to not only address misconceptions, but also to recognize unique ideas. There are a great many varieties of this strategy. Sometimes they're called think, write, or draw, share, or think, pair, pod, or think, text, share, where you implement, instead of just the thinking and the discussion period, they think through their ideas. They maybe write down or draw what they think, and then share it with a partner. Sometimes they can think through their ideas, pair up, discuss it, and then discuss it in a small pod if the class size is really big. Or they can think and then text it using their computers or cell phones, and where then their results are shown through the screen, through the computer, and share their ideas with the rest of the class. So there's a variety of different ways that this strategy could be implemented. Think, pair, share is a valid and reliable assessment. A valid assessment measures what it states it will measure, and in Think, Pair, Share, it is especially valid because the question that is pondered is aligned with the learning objective of the lesson, and it assesses how much of the content the participants have understood. It's also a very reliable assessment. A reliable assessment produces consistent results. With this strategy, because the participants are given time to formulate and assess their own learning, share with a partner, and get feedback from partner and the instructor, it leads to consistent results. Think, Pair, Share is a very powerful tool, and it can be used in a variety of different classrooms with different subject areas. These are some of the references that one could refer to learn more about the strategy and to implement it in their classes. Thank you very much.